Yeah, hello everybody. How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. President. You're already there. Good to see you.
Thank
How
you.
are
Good
you?
evening from Abuja, people.
Yes. How are you, sir? I know it's an awkward question to ask, but how are you?
I'm as good as I can be.
Yeah,
So nothing more.
yeah. I want to thank you for taking our time to actually talk to us. The reason why we do these things, in spite of what is going on, is because you see the people that we're up against, the people that are um, after us and against us, they like to take delight and joy in seeing us down. And so when things like this happen, we all get confused. We don't know how you're feeling. We don't know. We just don't know what next step to take. So that's why we just want to hear from you. We want to know that everything is still okay, even though it's not okay. So that's really why I wanted this moment with you. So this is our moment. This is moment for people who love you, people who care about you, people who are in this thing with you. So yeah,
Well, thank you so much, Doc. We just have to appreciate a few things about life, right?
yeah.
And one of it is that there's pain and there's pleasure, and these are interchanging emotions, one on the downside and one on the high side. I have often advocated that when you feel bad, feel bad. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't remove your humanity. It doesn't make you a weak person. It just shows that you are capable of responding to your special circumstances. You are responding to situational variables as they emerge and evolve around you. So I don't see that as a sign of weakness to feel bad. If you lose a brother of yours who you've been with for 48 years out of your life, this being your brother, this is your childhood friend, is the next person to you. You have childhood memories. If they tragically die, it doesn't matter whether it's tragic or non-tragic.
Sorry, I think we lost you. I don't know why. Maybe your mic muted itself, or is the network? Yeah, you can imagine. Omoyele Sowore is reaching us from Nigeria, and needless to say, like I've said every
So
time,
I
that
hear you anymore.
yeah, we lost you. We lost you a while ago. I don't even know whether we'll have you back. Um, so, ladies and gentlemen, we lost Omoyele Sowore back there. I'm hoping he's able to come back. Um, I I don't know if he's able to come back. Mr. President, if you can hear us, um, we can't hear you, and we've lost video also. Um, yeah, we lost video and we lost audio too. Um, these are part of the things that we're talking about. When you want to imagine what Omoyele Sowore is going through right now, in the midst of all all the things that can frustrate you. And then this happens, when you are just having a conversation that's supposed to be normal. This somebody who owns a business in in New York, you know, um, stays in a place where the system is working. But look at it, it can't even have a simple. Uh, okay, I think we're back. Okay, sir, we're back. Yes, yes. Thank you.
So I was saying that it's totally fine and okay to grieve, even if you have to do it in the in the presence of the public. It's a totally fine thing. I miss my brother, and it's not a kind of thing that you have a template for. If there was a template, I'll wear that template and be acting all cool and dandy in front of you guys today. And it's a lesson for everybody. If you meet somebody, if you're happy about their death and demise or their vulnerabilities, nothing wrong to show it. So it's my brother. It's my blood. And if this happened to me, he will be even in worse situation because I know him very well. I with the irony of it all is that I'm the person that everybody expects to die in my house. Like everybody's just waiting. Like when are they going to kill him? You understand? And nobody expected the most apolitical, the most unique, uh, the most exotic of my brothers will be taken out this way. Since it has happened, we just have to deal with it the way it has happened. What I can assure you is that it had no effect on my space. It has no effect on my convictions. It has no effect on my beliefs. It has no effect on how I think things should happen in this country. Uh, but it does have an emotional space, in an emotional place in my life. That's the truth. So thank you.
Yeah. Sure. Tell us. We want tell us about Jide. And I don't want to put you in a spot. I know you're dealing with so many emotions, but like let us into the kind of person he is. Childhood moments. That you want to. I'm sure they've raced. Lots of them have raced through your mind these couple of days. But just wanna feel some of it with you. What was it like growing up with Jide?
He's an amazing guy. We I'm the first child, and I have a sister next, and he's the next boy. So, but due to our peculiar chauvinism, of course, closer to my dad. So my dad takes me and him on adventures, not to Disney, but villages in our area where my dad was a teacher. So he pack his things, bang on, an arrow, food, and we go for months without his wives. Uh, and my brother is super intelligent. He asks questions a lot. He doesn't sleep. We call him kerosene because he doesn't sleep. So he will ask my dad question all the way. I'm more of an internalized person, because my dad trained me to be internalized. because I'm the first child. But you can't stop him. He's a social animal. So as a result, when he was younger, he was nicknamed Daddy. So everybody calls him Daddy. His light complexions. He plays with everybody. Everybody uses him as a pet. If you're looking for someone to make you happy, just go wake him up. You wake him up at 6 a.m. in the morning. He's as happy as when he went to bed. So, and my dad loves him a lot. Everybody likes him. So if my dad was going to buy us clothes, he would buy him a complete set and shoes. He would buy me something. I used to be very upset with my dad, but yes, so he will give me his clothes, like, don't wear it so that he can be happy. But I never take his things. So one day I asked my dad, why are we calling him Daddy? You know, my dad asked me, look around. This guy is sugar. Everybody likes him. So he's the first sugar daddy to come my way. That was what. So, and he was loved by females, um, mostly mistresses in my dad's school. The female teachers, we call them mistress. That's how we used to address them. They'll
Yeah.
just pick him up and pass him around. You know, I get some of those treatment, but since I wasn't as good looking as he was, he was a magnet. You could still see his picture today. The pictures of him, any of his pictures. That's a great looking guy. And he's been like that since he was a child. So, when we came back from school, traveling with my dad, because that my dad used to homeschool us, and then we had to deal with real reality with school. He went to secondary school. He was my junior in secondary school. But there's something about him. He really never liked school. I think for some reason he was a genius and he couldn't stay in one place. He was restless. So my dad, one day he told my dad, I'm trying to abridge the story, that he's not willing to go to school anymore. My dad is like, you are not going to school. I'm going to kill you. So they pursue him around the village, beat him up, and one day he ran away from home. And just later on in life, and I also left. I went to university, and one day he came to the University of Lagos to look for me. So I was like, "Jide, why didn't you go to school?" He said he's in school, but he doesn't think he can make it in school. He was at Adeyemi College of Education. He said, I don't think I can be a teacher. I can't sit down. I want to do something creative." So he went and became a musician. Came back to the village. Of course, my dad wasn't happy. But he created his own genre of music, talking about local issues, and he's very popular around the village. But when he found out that music wasn't just what he could make his life, run his life around, he's in Benin City, where we found out he had been living when he was away. He started selling gas cylinders and filling gas. And then when that didn't work, as I heard, he bought a bag and bought medicines and put in there, and will hang around at the University of Benin, Obowo campus, and sell medicine to people. If he saw that you look sick, he'll say, I have medicine. He'll give you medicine. Um, and sometimes the students don't have money. He'll say, you pay me later. Give me your phone number. So you collect phone numbers, and that was how he started his pharmacy business. Later on, he was able to get a shop. By the time he was killed on Saturday, he had 6 shops
Wow.
where he was selling medicine. But he wasn't satisfied because my brother is restless. Uh, so when he discovered that he wasn't respected enough as a pharmacist, so he did crash courses, administering injections, and just kind of telling people what to take to feel okay. He then registered as a student at the age of 47 to study pharmacy.
Wow.
This that he ran away from when he was little. He realized he needed the education and he didn't look back. So he was admitted at Igbinedon University in Edo State. I mean, near Benin, in a place called Okada. He also has a shop there.
Hmm.
No, I think he just looked at it and said, "Look, I cannot be selling medicine without becoming a well-read pharmacist." And the university issued a statement I read. I was quite impressed that he was not just a student; he was a good student. Uh, So for me, imagine that resilience, imagine that focus of coming from running away from school, and at the age of 47, after having four kids, and your kids are in school, you go back to school. You know, uh, I was almost certain that had he not been killed, his first son would have gotten admission before he graduated from college. Maybe they would have been going to the same school. He will be a freshman and he will be a final year student. But that's my brother for you. He
Wow.
still continued his career. He was well known to a lot of people. He's not as political as the rest of my siblings. He's on my side of politics. Uh, the other thing to reveal about him today on your show is that he was managing my personal security.
Hmm.
He helps me with personal security because he's not reckless. He doesn't talk anyhow. So you could trust him when he says this is who you could trust. And so um, is the ultimate problem solver. When we have disagreements as siblings, he's the person who you trust his judgment because he's neutral all the time. And I have 16 siblings. Is a is a thought for me. Uh, and like I like to say, don't ask me if I know all their names. No, I know all his name. I know all his. At the point, I helped him even because he's very social. One day he came to me and said, I need an alias name. The one I have is not sharp enough. So I gave him one. So
What name did you call him?
I gave him my last name, Sandoka.
What?
Sandoka.
Sandoka.
So that was the one he did until he then called himself Dr. Mamiye, and which is, if you know me, you will survive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me,
Ah,
if you know me, I will heal you. Yeah. So that was his stage name as a musician.
wow. He's married.
Married, and he's got four kids.
Wow. Man, so Jide is dead now, like just like that.
Yeah. Uh, Yesterday, the day he died, the day after he died, I was just walking around, and when you're in that situation, you start even looking for the kind of music that can make you feel good. And I was searching, and I stumbled on the music by James Taylor. Uh, and one of the very powerful lines in it that was attractive to me was the one where he said, "Some days there are some sunny days that I thought that I think will not. There are some days I think the sun will not, and something like what. There are sunny days that you think will not end. You know, the day he died was the opposite of that. It's like a dark day that I thought would not end.
Wow. He it's so difficult to say he was your brother because man, he's your brother. Was late now.
Yeah,
And I know it's really so difficult to come to terms with it. But the amazing thing is, even though he's your brother, for all of us, this whole thing just messed us up. Like it really just messed us up. It hit so hard and it hit home. I mean, I've always told people it's not like the death of any one person is more important than the death of the other person. But with all this insecurity, with all the killings, and with all your activism and speaking up and speaking against this thing, and then it now affects your own brother. I mean, how real can this whole thing be? And Jide represents young people. Just can you imagine the kind of human being you've described now? Just wasted because of insecurity. Well, I mean, what I want you to touch on this and how the recklessness of the government and I don't, talking about insecurity is almost like it's not a big deal in Nigeria anymore. Like people just died, hundreds, 200. It's not no big deal.
You know, let me say to you that I come across the Nigerian state, I come in contact, I come face to face with them, and it's just hopeless. As I'm talking to you today, we had requested for autopsy to be carried out on him so that we can have a closure about a reasonable or definitive reason why he died, scientifically. The police has been going back and forth with us. They wrote the wrong letter, they sent it to the wrong address. Today, the police is asking us to pay 800,000 naira to get an autopsy of him. I was shocked. I never knew that a family of victims of crime are subjected to that kind of level of abuse. So we said to them, you know, we don't have money to give you in the first place, and it's a shame that you've been all over the press saying you're looking for my brother's killers. It's massive
Exactly,
manhunt, which is
exactly.
not true. Which
Sorry,
is not.
sorry, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, sure, I'm cutting you here. The governor of Edo State, including the police and whoever else is talking, but especially the governor, came and said he was going to hunt down. So how
It's a
has it
lie,
been?
It's a lie. They just they're capitalizing on my brother's death as usual to cash cruise, as they say in Nigeria. The only significant development we've had since it was some woman who they claim escaped from his kidnappers and found her way to town. If you are engaging in massive manhunt, when that woman escaped, you'll be the one who will find her now. She won't need to come to town and take Okada and be looking for police.
Yes,
Second, if you are engaging in manhunt, we will see the helicopters flying over the forest where you claim these other victims are hanging or being held hostage. So now you are making all these promises, all these lies. They did not even contact our family. You are doing an investigation about the dead person. You didn't contact the family to give them, uh,
updates.
updates of things as they're happening. This is where we are. We had to call them. Now we are asking for autopsy, which is our right because there's supposed to be a coroner office within the police and the state. You are asking us to practically bribe you to do an autopsy on the body of a victim of crime. They even had the audacity to tell one of the doctors who is working on our behalf that I don't want a high profile now. We know if you just do it for free. That's and the Edo State governor is there bragging that we are tracking down. Of course, you go to Auchi every day, the Auchi highway, people get killed every day. The Edo State governor is one of the most useless governors you probably have in Nigeria. Probably he's exhausted all the money for the state in his second term election and don't have anything left. The rest is just propaganda and PR. We even proposed to them that we'll pay 500,000 reluctantly. Of course, I was gonna ask for a receipt. They said no, that the least they can take is 700,000 naira
What?
to do autopsy. So we said to them, we're not going to pay you. We don't have the money to pay because we still have to do burial. We have to buy coffin. We have to take care of his kids, who are four of them. They need to go to school. So this is just exposing to me again what I've always known about Nigeria. But this time around, it happened to my brother. Nobody wakes up thinking something bad will happen to them. But knowing what Nigeria is and knowing what they do to me directly every time, anything can happen to anybody. I mean, I was shot in this Abuja. Within 4 hours after I was shot, the government changed the story that I was the one who threw a tear gas canister on myself, or that I
Yeah,
arranged. It was drama.
I
My
remember.
nose, my nose was broken in the middle of the night. The officer who broke my nose is still in the force. The woman who shot me is still in the force. I was abducted in a courtroom in this country. Oh, they said it was because that I staged it. So how much less, a brother of mine who is not as famous as I am. So I'm just telling you the story that even in death, Nigeria will persecute you. They will deny you your rights even when you're dead. Uh, and this is who they are. This is the country we're in. Is the reason we can never back down our demand for a revolution in this country, because there's no way we can continue to accept this rubbish uh, dished out against us on a daily basis. And you
Yeah,
see now that there's no difference between the state government, the local government, and the federal government. All of them are engaging in lies and subterfuge. There's a fellow on Facebook, I think his name is Jack Obion. He's been using my brother's death as a PR for Buhari's, and the state government. And I had to go to his Facebook page and say, "Why are you lying about manhunt for his killers? There's no manhunt anywhere. You know it. There's no manhunt. When you say manhunt, massive manhunt for killers, everywhere will be in a lockdown until you track down the killers." Oh, he said, well, he knows one superintendent of police near his house who is part of the manhunt. Oh, so because you met a superintendent of police who is drinking beer at a bar near your house, and he says we are manhunting for you, so you believe that, But that's also how despicable and conscienceless some of our people can be, But as far as my brother is concerned, if there's a good place, I'm sure he's in a better place. He showed exemplary courage. After he was shot, he just kept driving for another 10 minutes before he
So,
died.
so tell me what to the best of your knowledge now, what exactly happened? Because there's so many
No, I,
stories.
I maintain an open mind. I don't want to. The story you saw in my Facebook page was what the police told us at that point, that he was attacked. He ran into an ambush of kidnappers, which they described directly to us as Fulani herdsmen who usually come around the place. And they they used a trailer to slow him down. When he discovered the kidnappers, he just wanted to get away, and they opened fire on him, and one of it caught him on the chest. We have we have pictures of his vehicle, bullet riddled vehicle, uh, that I've presented on my Facebook page. So that's the story they want us to believe. But do I rule out the possibility that there's foul play? Definitely not, based on what they have done to me before. Uh, I've heard all kinds of stories, but hey, I'm I'm strong enough to fight the Nigerian state without lying against them if they are not involved in this. If they are involved, I guarantee we'll find out someday, and it won't be too long from now, and they'll pay.
Sure. Hmm. What's really going on? What is, are these people going to get away with all these things? Are they going to get away with these things?
They won't. I
I
can
do.
you that they won't get away with this, but it's also important for people to understand that they might if we relent. Look, these are signs of desperation on their part, assuming they did this. Um, Even if they did, you know, there's another event on Sunday on Zoom. In every crime there are primary and secondary, actors. The federal government, whether they are directly involved in this, are primary actors because they
Mhm.
created the conditions that made it possible for my brother's life to be snuffed out casually by whomever did this. And they created the condition for people like that to get away with heinous crimes. Uh, so we know the primary actors now is the regime. We are looking for the secondary actors, and those are their proxies and those who have taken advantage of the incompetence and the laxity in the system to kill, maim, and destroy innocent people. Hey, like you asked earlier, imagine a pharmacist just being killed casually like this.
Just like that.
At a point
Just
that
just like
we
that.
have shortage of anything medicine in Nigeria. Here is the pharmaceutical future. It's not like that. It's just like a candle in the wind, just blown out like that.
Man, um, just take heart. Um, I know you. I've never seen. I know you're a hard man. You're the one everybody looks up to. You're the one who will call and say, "Hey, Chidi, come on, take it like a man." I mean, you also do this. Just take it like a man. That's all. It is what it is, and we just suck it up. But I've never seen you this shattered. I've never seen you this broken, and it has a snowball effect. All of us are just like that. But you know what? I
Like
don't.
I said, yeah, eh, it's not there's nothing wrong with expressing emotion when things when bad things happen to you. You
Yeah,
know, and we like to be. It's an African thing. You want to be like a strong man all the time.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it's also in order to have to express when you're down and then you're up or you're between. Because that's life. That's life. So thank you so much, Doctor. Permission to return to my family.
Sorry. Hold on. Some people were calling me, guys. Please, nobody should call me. It's disturbing this. I can't even hear again. Let me get it back to speaker, please. Um, Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I'm back here too. Yes, go ahead, sir.
So, if you're hearing me, join us on Thursday. We plan a Zoom burial for those who cannot come to my village. If you can go to my village, if you get to Ore, just ask them that you're going to Kiribo, and you see nobody is you can't miss your way. It's about an hour away from Ore in Ondo State. One of the saddest part of this is that I cannot go home because of to attend my brother's burial. I would have loved to be there to just superintend over the burial of this great guy, but I can't because of the criminal Buhari regime holding me to ransom in Abuja. So I hope to talk to you soon again. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
thank you
Thank,
all
thank you.
for the outpouring of love and support. I just say revolution now
Now, thank you so much.
ends.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go, but I really want to ask anybody who can make it. If we show up there, it will be a sign of solidarity. It will be able to make the government know that this insecurity which they have brought upon us, what it's doing to us, we are not snuffed out. We're not completely down. We're still standing. And at the end of the day, we're going to be the ones that will have the victory. I don't know if you're still there. The picture is hanging. Oh, probably his device was shutting down. But anyways, yeah, he has said most of what there was to say. This is not this is not the usual kind of interview. This was just an interview. I wanted him to hang out with us, like family, like friends, like our man, like our person. You know, like when your person is down, I think you understand. When your person is going through stuff, you just want him to come out and hang with you, and people will hear him talk. People will hear him explain things as it is. One thing I want you guys to know is that Sowore does not like to solicit for anything. He does not like to be like seen as somebody who needs help. But he needs help. He needs every help that he can get. So please, if you want to be, we are putting up something to be able to assist with this funeral. As you guys know, he's not able to go down to Kiribo, but we will go down to Kiribo for him. We will show him that he has friends. Do you understand? Times like this, it's not when people are dead also that you can always come to their funeral and show how you love them. When they are still living, you show them love by participating in whatever concerns them, and being part of it, and making sure that it's a success. So we're going to show up. I will not be there personally, but we're going to show up in Kiribo. If you want to, we're making a free will donation. We're making contributions. Again, it's not as is at his instance. You guys know how you do committee of friends, where we put ourselves together as a committee of friends, and we are raising some funds to be able to send some people down to Kiribo to go and represent Omoyele Sowore. This is the only way we can show him that we love him. So please, if you want to be part of this, you can reach me. My number is +1 647 989 2837. If you reach me, I'll send you a link, and you can see where we've been donating money. People in the US are able to donate US dollars. People in Canada, Canadian dollars. We have somebody in Europe. It has nothing to do with party. It has nothing to do with Take It Back movement. It has nothing to do with Revolution Now. This is just a personal thing that a few of us are doing. Even people who are his opponents, believe it or not, even people who don't like Sowore, they are all chipping in, because everybody is hot. Everybody is feeling bad by what happened. And the only way we can really show that we're pissed off is by chipping in and making sure that as the government is holding him back in Abuja, that he is represented back in his village, Kiribo. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Let's continue to pray for Omoyele Sowore. The danger is not over, if you know what I mean. I just don't want to panic you, but they're getting very close. They're getting very, very close to him. With every single move, we can read the handwriting on the wall. It's not a place that we want to go, but we can't also run away from the reality of the situation. So let's not stop praying for Omoyele Sowore, and let's not stop praying, but not just praying, backing it up with action, okay? So that one day we will be able to have victory against the oppressors in Nigeria. Please send me a note on WhatsApp and I can show you how you can contribute to what we're doing in Kiribo on Thursday. I love you guys. Those of you on Facebook, thank you so much. Those of you on Worship Media page, those of you on Take It Back Movement, those of you on the general public group, the Worship Media YouTube page, and those of you watching us everywhere, I want to thank you guys. I'm going to end this here and ask that God will grant the soul of Jide Sowore, Omoyele Shore's brother, eternal rest in Jesus' name. Amen. Bye, everyone.